Hi, everybody.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to TFT Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with
Oberon.
and me, Banshee, his partner in crime. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. And what show is it, Mr. O?
Well, the sun has moved into a new sign.
The sign of Leo.
So that means it's
our time for our monthly modality message. Someday we'll get this in sync.
We've only been at it for several years.
Yeah, give us time.
But the monthly modality message is a specific, unique reading we do with tarot and an eye towards astrology as we look at the modality signs of the zodiac. Yep. Everybody knows what their elemental sign is, but the modality signs present another kind of part of that puzzle, the way our energies work with others, or how we can look into our superpowers, things like that.
Exactly. And so we want to wish our Leo friends a very happy birthday season. And we are going to get started with the cardinal signs. I wanted to say fire signs. See, you're so ingrained in the elements. But this is the modalities, and the cardinal signs are
Aries,
Cancer,
Libra,
and Capricorn.
And if you note, there's one of each of the elements there, an earth, air, water, and fire. Yeah. That's what each of the three modalities has. It's a different one of the four elements, and as you'll see, this presents a clue to what those energies mean for them.
Which is interesting because almost all those signs, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn, have played big roles in my life.
Exactly.
So it's pretty interesting. All right, but let's talk about the cardinal sign or cardinal modalities, since it includes Aries, me. And I want to talk about all the positives while Mr. O shuffles. Okay, there aren't that many, but you know what? We are the initiators. We get things started. We're active. We're quick. We have drive. We have ambition. We have vim and vigor. There are no slackers here. We're enthusiastic. We have a zest for life. We're clever. And we want to win.
However, there are some negatives. Each modality has its positives and negatives. So for the cardinals, their negatives may be that they're considered too domineering, self-centered, forgetting about others as they focus on their own stuff. And they often don't finish what they start.
That's me. That last one's me. All right, I'm going to have them shuffled, and cardinal signs again are Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. Just wanted another opportunity to say Capricorn.
I know you like that.
Yes. All right, Mr. O. So our first question is the primary focus for the cardinal modality in the month ahead. Ooh. Oh boy, it's a little bit of a reach. It's justice. It's justice. Well, you gotta like that, Cardinals. Of course, you want to fight for your rights. You want to fight for your, for equanimity. We want to be treated fairly. We want to be treated equally. And I think that maybe this is a little bit of a focus. Perhaps, I won't rule it out, that some of you cardinal signs are dealing with some legal issues during Leo season.
That's a very good call there. In general, right, the focus for the cardinals will be on matters of balance and fairness, and it could very well play into the work situation. But as the sun is in Leo, then it certainly probably works also towards anywhere where we are trying to find maximizing our potentials. Even if we're not Leos, we're trying to be a bigger and brighter shining star. And so you may find that the balance of how this works for you is a little mixed, but it's mostly working towards you looking and representing yourself in the best, fairest light possible.
That camera is shaking.
Okay, I won't lean on this table.
All right. So card 2 is what role your interactions with others could play in the month ahead. And what is it? It's Strength reversed. Well, one or the other. I feel here, cardinal signs, that maybe there's could be a little bit of jostling going around between you and your, the people in your life. Maybe it's about this justice issue, right? Maybe it's about the fact that you feel that things aren't fair and equitable, whether it's, with your colleagues at work or whether it's with your friends or family. It just seems as though, you might have to kind of push things a little bit here. Or maybe somebody's pushing back on you.
Well, I like what you said there, and I think it's really interesting because, of course, strength and justice are often mixed, alternate between those two major arcanas there, and that could represent the sense that they do run on a similar spectrum or continuum. So with strength being reversed in this situation, it feels like you're just going to want to try to push the envelope where you can with people, that maybe you will feel your motivator is mostly to keep pushing with a more physical sense there. So if you're trying to get people to cooperate in the workplace and you have that ability to do that, it could be something like that. It could fall into some other areas too, of course.
All right. Well, card 3 is the opportunities or challenges you may face in the month ahead, in Leo season, of course, and how best you can achieve or tackle them. And it is the 7 of Swords reversed. Oh, I think this is saying, cardinal signs, that you may be able to seize an opportunity that comes through information that gets revealed to you. Something comes out in the wash here, something you needed to know, or something that puts all the little pieces of the puzzle together for you.
Well, if you were into, stocks and stuff, it could be an insider trading secret. But it feels like that in a way, too, that maybe somebody gives you information that is a little confidential and you are possibly able to use this. Now, that doesn't mean that you do something that's unlegal, illegal, that kind of thing. But it is just saying you get an advantage based on knowing something that maybe not everyone gets a chance to know.
Wow, so interesting. All right, so how can you use your modality superpowers, cardinal signs, to best advantage this month? Wow, it's the World upright. Well, we got 3, is that right? 3 majors in this week.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of interesting, isn't it?
Well, you know what? Well, you want to win, right? You want to win. And so that's the thing you have to keep in mind. And then you have to look at the negative aspect of your sign, and you have to be willing to finish what you started. So if this is all about a battle for, fair treatment from your friends, family, or, maybe at work or some other reason, or getting the justice system to treat you fairly, you have to make sure you see this through to the end in order to achieve the outcome you desire. And so that's what I'm saying. I like the way, I kind of like that. I don't know how you're going to see it.
It's really hard for me to get a good beat on it. I admit that I was a little distracted here, but it feels almost like what happens is you're using your sense of knowing when things are finished, when things are completed, when you really shouldn't try to put gravy on the top, whipped cream on the top. You should let things fly as they are and really feel that's the best way to resolve that. But also, it's a sense of how you want to use your powers. You're going to complete things and then let it go, move on to the next thing. And it's not about trying to make it even more perfect than what it already is.
Well, whatever the case may be, I think we might have to refresh this one real quick. So we have justice in the beginning, and that is about balancing things out,
Mhm.
possibly, fighting for some equal treatment in some situation, whether it's legal or otherwise, or fair treatment. And, you may have to be aggressive in your pursuit of this with others, with the people involved, or, with the legal system, or with some body that's, going to decide this.
I'll let you just go through this.
Okay, and then finally with the Seven of Swords, you will be able to use some information or some knowledge that comes out during this process to your advantage. It's an opportunity. Something gets revealed, and Mr. O even brought up stocks, and I thought that wasn't a bad thing either. Whatever this is, you're going to get some hidden knowledge that's revealed that's going to benefit, either your case here or something else. And the final resolution is, or basically how you can use your superpowers, is to finish what you started. Finish this process. See it through to the end so that you can, achieve a win. Because that is your superpower. You want to win, so you have to do something to win.
All right.
Good luck with that. All
So
right.
that was Cardinals. We're going to move on to the fixed signs.
You will shuffle. Might have been supposed to be me, but that's okay. I don't care. Yeah. Thank you.
So the fixed signs
Oh, yeah.
are
Thank you.
Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. And this time I will read their positives.
Yes.
So
Do
get
so.
shuffling. The fixed signs have a steadiness and a stability. They're determined and they're resolute, self-reliant, forging ahead, calmly, mostly, works on objectives. Remember those who've helped them. Persistence, concentration, powerful yet purposeful. No wasted actions with the fixed signs.
Well, there are some negatives. And that would be that they are stubborn. They are my
No,
way
we're
or
not.
the highway thinking. They have a tendency to get stuck in their ways. Not even because it's old man syndrome, but they have they have a tendency to get stuck in their ways. And they believe they're always right.
I may not always be right, but I am never wrong.
Right. So again, that's Taurus, Leo, and Scorpio, and Aquarius.
We'll take it.
All right.
Card 1. What's the primary focus for the fixed signs?
It's the two of wands.
It's upright?
Yeah. Yes.
All right. Well, the primary focus
Oh, no, it's reversed. You just put it that way. It's reversed.
Okay, the primary focus is perhaps feeling that, there's some other work that needs to be concluded or finished, that certain projects or goals or situations are not quite done yet. You may have felt they were, but you're still going to be trying to attend to some details or situations that didn't quite work out yet.
Well, maybe you were forging ahead. You guys like to forge ahead before you really work things out in your head. Maybe you didn't have your plans completed, or you missed some steps. If you take more time, you might have been able to go over it. But I think here, you risk having now to start at the at the start line again, that you may have to reconfigure your plans completely.
Card 2.
Card 2. So basically, card 2 is the role in your interactions with others will play in the month
And
ahead.
it's the upright 4 of Pentacles.
Oh. Well, Your interactions with others, that's really interesting that it's a bright. It seems like you're going to derive very great value, by being around others in this season. I think here, this is a time for you to take advantage of, any help or support or, just fun times that your friends and family and people, maybe your colleagues, if you need a hand with something, value them and appreciate what they do for you, and they'll be there at times like this when you might need them.
Well, not only are you valuing them, but I think you're putting it in words because I think you're trying to show them maybe why you're not going to let them go easily. If people want to move on to different collaborations or friendships or situations, your role may be trying to make sure you keep everybody happy to the point where they're not going to look for another job or another relationship or some other situation.
Yeah, let's try to keep some perspective here with this card. Fixed signs. Let's not, smother them in this month, and let's not burn them out. Give them space too. Everybody needs a little bit of space, and I could almost see you clinging a little bit, to the people around you in this season ahead. All right,
card 3.
And what is it, Mr. O?
The opportunities or challenges that the fixed signs will face in the month ahead and how best to achieve or tackle them.
It's the Star.
Everything is going to work out.
Well, the opportunity is that, you might be able to manifest a goal or something this month. Something might come through for you that's positive, that gives you hope, that renews your sense of optimism. I think that, maintaining, maybe that's the opportunity too, is that, maintaining a positive, maybe it's easier for you to maintain a positive attitude in this month ahead because everything seems to be going pretty much your way.
Well, we could say that...
Even though your plans did not.
We could say that in terms of these opportunities you may find or are seeking, the sky's the limit. And that maybe, really you can reach for a star at this time or through this period of the Leo season because opportunities will seem to be coming to you that maybe are incredible right now, even fulfilling a destiny. Let's not forget that right now and moving forward, we have some really strong astrological things going on that maybe is making new developments and transformations and finding your true goals in life more possible.
I like it.
Card 4.
How can you use your modality superpowers in this Leo season? Oh, well, it's the Hierophant reversed, and that's really interesting because one of your negatives, fixed signs, is that you have a tendency to get stuck in your ways. So I think here that you've decided that maybe it's time to think outside the box, think outside your comfort zone, think outside those ways you have been stuck in. And I think here, it might actually forge you ahead better than if you stick with your ways. It almost seems as if maybe you're going to blaze a different trail this month than what's normal for you.
It's like breaking the mold, It sort of feels like your superpower really feels like you don't want to take no for an answer and that you want to find that way that gets around the red tape or around the situations that are blocking you.
You know what? You're throwing those plans out the window. You've just decided, I'm going to throw those plans out the window and I'm going to do something radically different.
And, that does sound like the fixed signs a little bit. Certainly, Scorpio's energy can kind of go that way. Interesting.
It's a very interesting read. I think, we don't have to go over it except to say, I would say this: the plans fail. You find value with your friends, family, and colleagues and coworkers that you can depend upon to help you figure out maybe what to do next, and to rise above this and achieve what your true destiny is. And it seems like it's taking you in a far different direction than the plans you normally had for yourself for this Leo season.
Break the mold.
Yes. So good luck with that.
All right. And then finally, we will now move on to the mutable modality.
I'm going to let you shuffle first, because I'm going to rattle through these mutable positives. Mutables, Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces, you really got a lot going for you. You go with the flow, you're adaptable, you're flexible, you're versatile, you're highly resourceful. You can change when necessary, and you find it quite easy to do so. And you can assume other personas, sort of like a chameleon. When you're well liked by others, you enjoy learning, playing fair, diplomacy, you're sharp, sympathetic, and you can see below the surface. You're selfless, and you are quick to help others. Wow.
And you have not very many negatives, so let's get through those. You may, on occasion, try too hard to please everyone, and so that can make you seem wishy-washy to some people. But this does mean that maybe you're inconsistent, or at worst, you could end up being a little bit duplicitous. You can also stretch yourselves to the breaking point, mutables, so you got to watch for that.
Got to take care. All right, mutables, let's see what's going on for you in Leo season.
Card 1.
Card 1 is the primary focus for the mutables during Leo season.
Reverse 7 of Wands.
Oh, wow. Well, this is kind of like trying to, this is kind of like feeling a little deflated in a way. That you're finding things a little bit overwhelming this month. Maybe, you've spread yourself too thin with obligations or things you promised to do for others, besides the work, or maybe too much work you've taken on the job, and you're spread a little thin. That's what I think.
And the low could also be due to Mercury righting itself, and maybe those energies and you have not kind of synced out yet. You might be feeling like, this last Mercury retrograde, mutables, was a real bummer here. And so you're just not feeling like you're ready to take on the world just yet. But you need to, rest up and get active again, because it's going to be, moving along. Card 2. The role that your interactions with others may play in this month ahead.
Wow, it's the Chariot upright. And so I feel...
Despite it all...
I think but this is your interactions with others. So I feel here, others can help you out here. All you have to do, mutables, is reach out, be diplomatic, maybe offer an exchange. Hey, if you help me out here, or if you support me here, I will do this for you later. I'll be there for you for this project. Maybe you can offer some trades or make some diplomatic agreements, which you like to do, and move this thing forward. Move out of those oppressive situations that are, bearing down on you.
I think this is an important distinction here, that the Chariot may involve really other people in your periphery, your network, your friendship circles, etc., who have a little more energy than you do at this time, and maybe will be able to proxy for you in certain ventures or goals, or pick up the ball, if you're, need a little time out and it's a team deal, they're there for you.
Movement forward may depend on others this month. So let's move on. Card 3. The opportunities or challenges that the mutables might face in the Leo season, and how you can best achieve or tackle them. It's another upright card, and it's the Princess of Swords.
So that would be the Page of Swords.
Yes, indeedy. So the Princess of Swords is here. That's sort of like, again, the opportunity is to network, to dialogue with others, to maybe, express your needs and your willingness to work with them if they would work with you. I think collaborations here maybe are featured.
I like that. Swords always defines the idea of moving forward with your goals, and the page is that beginning point of that. And when we're young and new to this, we want to seek some mentors. We want to seek some ways of finding a model of behavior to model, and so that does involve, trying to have a collaboration of sorts. And your youthful interest in things is really going to advance you, because it sort of shows that you're naive enough to be interested at an honest level, but you're also seasoned enough really to employ the art of diplomacy where it needs to be.
And ultimately, how can you use, God, we've almost talked about your superpowers here. How can you use your modality superpowers to best advantage this month? Wow, this is really funny. It's a 7 of Swords. Upright.
You're back.
But upright.
And it's upright.
So that's really flies in the face of a lot of this openness that I'm seeing here. But I think here...
Well, just remember that, it may be an inverse superpower, but the sense of being, maybe a little bit sneaky and duplicitous could be that possibility here.
All right. Well, that's an interesting point, Mr. O, that you maybe be able to use your modality superpowers by being, like he said, a little bit sneaky and sly in enlisting the help of others. Now, certainly, I'm not saying you should promise something to them and not deliver it, but maybe you just have to kind of schmooze them a bit and try to appeal to them on, some sneaky, sly level that that will make them want to help you.
The energies in these cards can express the idea of somebody who is really good at talking with people and maybe enlisting their cooperation. And so it's not an incredible reach to realize that sometimes you just have to, like Banshee says, schmooze or indicate what the best interests are for other people, that maybe, you could work with that a little bit because maybe they don't perceive it that way, and maybe you can help each other.
Yeah, I don't see anything nefarious here overall because everything else looks so good. So I think here, except for the 7 of Wands. So I feel here, and it's interesting, they're both 7s too, right? At the beginning and at the end.
Yeah, one upright, one reversed.
So I would say this, don't give too much away maybe about your situation if you feel it's going to jeopardize your ability to get people to buy into it. So, you may have to be just a little bit sly and sneaky in your approach, but you will get through this. I feel there's progress here through dialogue and getting people to move things forward, help you move things forward.
Even though this energy looks like the mutables could go a little bit over on the dark side, you still have that Prince of Wands there, or is that Swords?
Oh, that's and Princess of Swords.
Page, yes. And that implies a sense of diplomacy, of really being able to work the issues a little bit. And it's not about being sneaky, it's just understanding where agreements can be found. All right.
Good luck with that. All right.
So that was our modality message for the Leo season. Please refer back to this during the next few weeks if you think you need that recap. It's always going to be on our YouTube channel.
Yes, and of course, you'll see us again for another modality message when the sun enters the sign of Virgo.
And that's about a month from now, so check it out.
And before we go, once again, happy birthday to our Leo friends, and we will see you all next time. Bye-bye for now.